Okay, so let's go through this one from 3.6. This says cholesterol levels were collected from a random sample of 21 patients 2 days after they had a heart attack. Okay, they had a heart attack, and then here we have their cholesterol level. So for that data, fill in the following, right? So we want mean, median, range, variance, standard deviation. Okay. So first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter all of that data into my calculator. So I'm going to clear out anything that I had from before, and enter those values in. Okay, so I got my 21 values in there. And now when I want to find mean and median and standard deviation and so on, I can get a lot of that from my calculator. If I hit stat, calculate one variable statistics, my list is all one. I don't want a frequency list here, so make sure that's blank. And hit calculate. So X bar is my mean, so 257, it says round to 1 decimal place, so 257.7. Okay, and then I need to put units. So if we go back and look, it says these are cholesterol levels measured in milligrams per deciliter, mg over dl. So that's my units. Okay, find the median. My calculator computes the median for me. That's going crazy. There we go. So the median is 272. Same units. Okay, to find the range, I want the difference of the maximum and minimum. Okay, so that one I have to compute on my own. My calculator doesn't give it to me directly. But what my calculator does do is it will tell me what the max and the min are. So I don't have to go through that list and figure out which one's the smallest, which one's the biggest. I can just read it off. So 360 is the max and 142 is the min. We have to double check that. 360, 142, good. Okay. So I subtract those. And I believe I get 218. Okay. Okay. And again, since I'm subtracting, the units stay the same. We'll come back to variance in a second. So find the standard deviation. The standard deviation, when I go in my calculator, it gives me two of them, an S and a sigma. Those are both symbols for standard deviation. S was for a sample and sigma was for a population. But what we did here is we took a population, right? We took a sample of, we took a sample of 21 people. So we want the sample standard deviation, okay? So if I round that to the tenths place, I'd have to go up. So I would end up with 51.0. Okay, and remember, standard deviation has the same units as everything else. Variance is standard deviation squared. Okay. Oops. So what I'm going to do to get my variance is on my calculator, I'm going to take the standard deviation and I'm going to square it. Okay. So I'm going to use a couple extra decimal places just to make sure I don't run into any error. So I'm going to take 50.995 and square that. Okay, and I get 2,600.5. And they put in the units for you for variance because it's weird, because it's, you know, it's going to be whatever units we had squared. Okay. I think that if you put in, let's double check. If I were to put in the 51, if I put my rounded value for standard deviation in, then it gives me a problem. Okay, so that's something that you have to watch out for. If I want things to be rounded to one decimal place, I don't want to use rounded values to get there. Okay, so that's tricky here. You want to be a little bit careful of that, especially for this variance thing. Okay, so if we used more decimal places for the standard deviation, or really you should probably use all of them, but here I used 3 decimal places, so when I squared it, I was able to get accurate to 1 decimal place. No. All right. Any questions over that one?